Year after year, the Vegas Golden Knights are always fleecing the cap system to make a deep run in the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but maybe not, as this is now the third or fourth year in a row that Vegas has put Mark Stone or someone big for the playoffs so that they can make a huge deal, get a couple of guys to make a deep playoff run. And in this video, we are going to be talking about the Vegas Golden Knights, some of the huge trades they made, and some of our expectations for them in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So without further ado, let's get into some of the moves that they made.
Okay, first of all, we have to address the elephant in the room, and that is Mark Stone going on LTIR yet again. Apparently he has a torn spleen with a laceration. That is what Kelly McCrimmon said. I don't know about you, but I got no idea what that means. Personally, I think it's the same thing they do it every year. I think they did it last year, and then the year before they did it with someone else. It's the same thing that Tampa did the year they won the Cup against the Habs in 21. Is they put Kucherov on the LTIR, made a bunch of acquisitions, and then went all the way because they were $18 million over the cap. Really, it's just not a good look on the franchise, and people are hating on them already.
Yeah, so let's now get into a big player that they acquired in big defenseman Noah Hanifin from the Calgary Flames. So the point totals were pretty much there, pretty solid for a defenseman. In 62 games, he got 35 points. He was pretty much the big fish of this whole trade deadline. A spectacular acquisition for them. Great depth on D. He plays physical. He plays hard. Great defensively. He's going to be a big player for them come playoff time. And another guy to add to their already stacked defense. And this is not like a one-year rental. Hanifin still has some years left on his contract. So him and Theodore is going to set them up for a pretty good future.
And then now we're finding out basically about 4 minutes before the deadline actually hit. 2:56 is when Mr. Chris Johnson breaks that the Vegas Golden Knights are trading for Tomas Hertl. To me, that just makes no sense for San Jose. First of all, you're selling off your best player in my eyes. 38 points he has. But now we got to talk about on Vegas side. Vegas gets an all-star. For sure. They get an elite player to pair up with Marchessault, to pair up with Carlson, and now they automatically pretty much are cup contenders in my eyes, and they should be the favorites to win. When they get Mark Stone back to the playoffs, Hertl is injured, by the way. He will be back at some point in the regular season. When they get him back, that fully healthy lineup is going to be absolutely terrifying for teams to face.
Exactly, and in that deal, they only gave up a 2025 first-round pick and David Edstrom, and in return, the Sharks retained 17% of Hertl's salary and 2 third-round picks. All right, getting into the expectations now. I think you kind of already touched a bit on this, but Vegas does look like one of the favorites to win the whole Stanley Cup playoffs. They have a pretty stacked team top to bottom. There's no really main questions in their lineup. They got physicality. They got guys who could put the puck in the net. They got great defensemen, and they got some solid goaltending too. So honestly, I think I'm putting them as one of my favorites for the Cup. They're definitely up there with the big teams and maybe even past them.
Really quickly, though, I do want to point out the fact that Vegas is actually just 6 points in a playoff spot. Calgary's at 7 points below them. They're hanging on to the second wildcard spot as Vegas, and they got to get a little run in going into the playoffs here to try and up their chances, go above LA and Edmonton in the Pacific.
So that is going to do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. Let us know down in the comment section below your thoughts on the Vegas Golden Knights. Will they make the playoffs? Will they make a deep playoff run? Or will they fall short? That's going to do it for this one, and we will see you in the next video.